Hello YouTubers, in today's video I'll be making some homemade split pea soup.
Hello YouTubers, and it's a perfect time to try something new like making some homemade split pea and ham soup. I was fortunate enough to have the ham bone from our Christmas dinner that my son and my daughter-in-law donated to me, along with some extra bits of ham, and I'm going to add that. I'm going to make my first attempt at making homemade soup. Now to make this soup, first of all, I'm going to be using my combined Christmas present for my family, which is my new Lodge porcelain on cast iron Dutch oven. I'll be using some extra virgin olive oil. I've got vegetable broth. I'm not going to be using water at all. I've got bay leaves. I'm going to have crushed pepper. I've got onions with a little garlic in it. I've also got some baby corn that I have chopped up into small bits, as well as some split peas. I've gone through the split peas, by the way, just to remove all the little bits and pieces. You'll find like little stones or off-colored split peas or peas in there, and just to make it if they're too hard so you can't bite into them or they won't dissolve. I don't want anybody to chip a tooth, although it'll probably be just me eating them. But anyway, I went through and I took those out. And then I've got my ham bone, and I've also got some chopped up ham as well that I had left over. Now for starters, I'm going to have my heat set about medium to medium low. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, maybe just a couple of tablespoons to it. And then I'm going to add my onions. And I'll put my onions and my garlic in there. And what we're going to do is saute these just a little bit here. Just to get the flavor going. Again, if I've got it set at medium-low, I don't want to burn that garlic. And we'll let that get going for a little bit. And then we're going to add our soup bone in. Okay, our garlic and onions seem to be doing pretty well now. They're looking nice and translucent. Have that heat set to just about a medium. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ham bone. And then with that, I'm going to add vegetable broth. Some say use 4 quarts. I think this, or 4 cups. I think this got about 3 cups in it. But basically what you want to do is you want to fill that up in order to cover your ham bone. I'm seeing it both ways, and that's not quite covered. But you know, I'm just going to leave it just at 2 containers, or else that's actually going to be about, what we got here? We've probably got close to 6 cups. And I'm going to stop right there with that. I've got an extra container of that if I need it. I'm going to add some pepper. I'm not putting any salt in here because we've already got plenty of salt. Salt's going to be in the ham. And as I said, what else I've done is I have got some extra ham pieces, and I'm going to add that to it as well. And that's just going to add to that flavor. I don't like to skimp on the ham. Okay, so we're going to let that sit there. We're going to keep an eye on that. Now, one of the things I'm going to be doing is eventually I'm going to pull that ham bone out and I'm going to cut the extra pieces of ham off of that. And then a little bit later, I'm going to add my carrots. But I've already forgotten. I've got my peas. I'm going to add that to it as well. You can't make split pea and ham soup if you don't add the peas. There we go. That's kind of giving it a little bit more depth. One of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of keep an eye on this, and you have to stir those up a little bit from time to time because those peas will stick to the bottom of the pan. One other thing is on the peas, many times you want to rinse them. You want to pick out the bed, you want to let them sit. Some say rinse them, let them sit for an hour. Some say just rinse them and strain them and dump them in. But the important thing is that you do kind of rinse them off and remove those little hard chunks out of it. Until then, we'll come back and we'll check on it in a little bit later. Now, it's been on for a few minutes. Not too much has changed. But now I'm going to add the carrots. A lot of different ways you can do that. Some say put in the carrots towards the end. Others say you put the carrots in right away. You do it your way. Just like they'll say have them thinly sliced, or you can have it kind of chunky the way I did. What I did is I took baby carrots. And I did a little over a pound, probably about or a little over a cup. It is about a cup and a half. And I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves to it. Mix it up a little bit. And we'll put the cover back on. As that cooks, those peas are going to rehydrate and they're going to swell up. So that's going to take up a lot of the space. It's also going to give you a nice, thick, rich soup. This video, by the way, is also being videoed. I don't like using the word film, but I'm using my new tripod that I got from my daughter for Christmas. So it's been a good Christmas, and I'm using quite a bit of the stuff from it for this video to make this soup. Yeah, we're up to a boil now, so keep it stirred again. It's been on for probably about 40 minutes. Of course, everything is pretty hard yet. I kicked it down to low. And again, I'll keep an eye on it. But it's doing very well. Now, while it's simmering, I'm going to pull the ham bone out and do a little trimming on it. There we go. And let's see if we can get this with a couple of forks. Yeah, that's gonna work. Let's stir that a little bit. Now I've got my gloves with the liners in them. That way I can handle this a lot better. And I can trim this ham off the bone. Oh, well, it was just pulling right off there. See, that's the nice thing about having these gloves with the liners, because that liner insulates your hands. I always use them when carving turkey or slicing up hams. I've actually reached in and grabbed an entire ham out of a roaster with these without burning my hands. There's hardly anything really to trim off. I got a lot of loose cartilage, which I won't be needing. What ham I have, I'm pulling off. And then what we'll do is we'll put this ham right back in the soup. Any of the fatty tissue, I'm just kind of pushing that aside. But I think we've got that bone pretty well trimmed off. And there we go. And we're just going to let that cook for a little while longer. We want those peas to thicken up. And we want those carrots to soften up. And the entire mixture to thicken up. How's that? And I think we're doing pretty good. We'll check back in a little while. Well, it's been well over 3 hours, and this has been simmering. I've kind of tested it a couple times, and it's really thickening up. So time to give it a little taste test. I've been able to pull one of the bay leaves out. I'll get the other one as I eat. It'll turn up. It's really thickening up here. Take a little bit of it there. And let's give it a little taste test. That is really good. I don't know if it's the cold weather, but this soup tasted so good. It just seems like every time I do a soup, it tastes even better and better. And then I've also found that once you reheat it the next day or so, it's even better yet. So this soup has turned out to be thick and rich and very flavorful. And I didn't use an awful lot of ingredients. I added carrots to it. I put a couple of bay leaves into it. I put some pepper into it, of course, a little garlic and onion. And that's basically about it. I did not add any salt. There's enough salt in that ham to be more than enough sodium for you. And so you'll find that this is a very rich and warm soup that will stick to your ribs, especially on a very cold day. And this is something I look forward to eat, not only for dinner tonight, but on for tomorrow and possibly even Tuesday. So I hope you enjoyed what I've been able to show you, and you get some use out of it, and you try this recipe. And please, if you like this video, give it that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to add them, whether they're good or bad. I'm always happy to address them.